Hi guys, welcome back to 100% Mag. So I hope you're all staying safe and well out there. Of course, it's ended down at Bramall Lane. Newcastle United 8, Sheffield United 0. And what a result that is by Eddie Howe and the lads. An absolutely fantastic performance by Eddie Howe and the lads as well. And I mean, there was so much on show in that game for us to enjoy. So much on show for us to enjoy in that game. 8 different goal scorers in the game. The first time that's ever happened in the Premier League as well, which is absolutely crazy. And we're also seeing some people scoring in the game that haven't even scored for Newcastle yet, like Sven Botman scoring in the game today on his 50th appearance as well. But before we're getting all of that, we're coming into this game on the back of a game against AC Milan at the San Siro. A lot of people were saying, that we were going to be having a hangover off of the Champions League. That is not the case. That has well and truly been proven today that is not the case. That we have not had a hangover off of playing in Europe. I don't even think, us Newcastle United fans or even the lads out there today playing, know what a hangover is, because that was just an absolutely sensational performance by Eddie Howe and the lads today down at Bramall Lane. The way we took apart Sheffield United. Now, I know, yes, it's Sheffield United. They're not having the best of times at the moment, but at the end of the day, you don't see many teams, going to Bramall Lane this season so far and coming away with a result like that. Tottenham went there. They didn't even get that kind of result. And other teams have went there this season so far, and they haven't come away with a result like that. That is just absolutely fantastic football, and it shows exactly what we've got in the tank as a club moving forward as well. It shows what Eddie Howe can do with these players. It shows, what is there available to it. If we can just tap into that, and we've tapped into that today. We've come away on the end of this game with a fantastic result down at Bramall Lane, and a result, that I'm sure a lot of we can be very happy with. A result where, a lot of people were saying it could be tough for we to go to Bramall Lane. A lot of people were hoping it would be tough for we to go to Bramall Lane, let's face it. At the end of the day, that is something that they were obviously all desperate to see, us have problems in the game. And that was not the case. That was definitely not the case. We had a fantastic game against Sheffield United at Bramall Lane, and we've come away on the end of a really fantastic result against Sheffield United. And I can't ask for more. Literally, out of the players, we've done absolutely fantastic there with the result that we've put in today. And looking at some of the goals that were scored in that game as well, look at the likes of, the goal that was scored by Anthony Gordon in the game. That was a fantastic goal, the way he wrapped it around the post and put it into the back of the net. That was a fantastic goal in the game. The other goals in the game as well, like Sean Longstaff opening the scoring in the game. Then we're seeing Dan Burn, only 10 minutes later, scoring in the game. Two Geordie lads getting off on the right foot in the game. Sven Botman getting his first goal for Newcastle United in the game on the 35th minute of the game. And then, of course, I had Callum Wilson score 56th minute. Anthony Gordon's goal, like I just mentioned, where he wrapped his foot around it. He could have had another goal before that, where it was a little bit closer in to the goal, but he couldn't get that one in, unfortunately. And then he scores, the one that is the more difficult one to put in, and he scores it. And that is just, exactly Anthony Gordon. He's just an absolutely fantastic footballer. He knows what he's doing, and we all know the talent that is there, with the player as well to move forward. Miggy scoring a goal in the game got disallowed. Then he eventually did score in the game on the 68th minute. Bruno scoring on the 73rd minute of the game as well, to, of course, make it, at that point, I believe it was 7-0 at that point, that Bruno made it, and then Alexander Isak, the last goal of the game, 87th minute, to round it off at 8-0. Sheffield United haven't been beaten more than 7-0 since 1956. The last time they were defeated 7-0 was in 1956. And Newcastle have now beaten that with an 8-0 win against them. And of course, Newcastle are the first team to beat Sheffield Wednesday and Sheffield United 8-0 in the Premier League. We were due a game of this magnitude. We were due a result of this magnitude as well. Just looking at the stats, you can see, I'll try and bring them up on the screen for you if I can. You just bear with us a moment. I'll try and bring them up on the screen if I can. There, as you can see there, Newcastle's 22 shots to Sheffield United's 9. Sheffield United had 1 on target out of them 9 shots. We had 15 on target out of the 22. The possession was well and truly in our favour. 598 passes to their 434 passes. We had a passing accuracy of 86%, whilst they only had 79. It was just Newcastle all over the game. We were the dominant team in that game tonight, and we deserved that result that we came away with in this game as well. Just an absolutely fantastic performance. All of the lads can really pat themselves on the back for a fantastic result tonight, of course, down at Bramall Lane. And if we look at the Premier League table, which I'll try and bring up on screen for you guys as well, you can see just there, when I get that come up on the screen, one moment. There it is, Premier League table up on the screen now. That win, of course, takes Newcastle to 9 points out of 6 games. We now have a goal difference as well of +9. So that is a fantastic goal difference. And of course, if Villa hadn't have got their result that they did today, then of course we would have been moving into 6th place in the league tonight. But we're in 8th, we're in the top 8, and we are now pushing on to a run of games what of course are going to look really, really good for us. I will get them up on the screen as well if I can for you guys to see. So next up in with games, as you can see here, we've got Man City in the Cup coming up, of course, on the 27th, on the Wednesday coming. Then after that, we've got a Saturday game in a 3 o'clock kickoff against Burnley. That'll be at St James's Park, of course. It's against Man City at St James's as well for the Cup. And the game after that, of course, will be at St James's as well. So the next 3 games are at home. So that is, massive for us. It's going to allow us to, of course, focus entirely on the games, not have to focus on anything else. But, looking at the games, we've got Man City in the Cup, Burnley in the league, and then, of course, that Champions League game against PSG at St James's Park as well. But as for the game tonight, down at Bramall Lane, Newcastle come away 8-0 winners against Sheffield United. A fantastic result by the lads and a fantastic performance put in by Eddie and Jason, of course, for the game tonight. So everybody involved in that game can pat themselves on the back for an absolutely fantastic performance tonight down at Bramall Lane. And the fans, as always, our travelling supporters, just absolutely fantastic. So pat yourselves on the back as well for another fantastic, support behind the team in that game tonight. Until next time, I'll see you all for the match preview, of course, of the game against Manchester City, and I'll see you in the next one. How are the lads?